Hi guys, you are welcome to my channel. Guess who I'm with today? So today we are going to be talking to someone. It's a vlog as usual. Nowadays I'm doing a lot of vlogs. I am like, hey, if you're new here, today I'm going to be talking to a fellow YouTuber. This is my first time collaborating with someone, and this person has been my friend for long. I wondered why I shouldn't interview that person and get to know them better. She narrated this story to me, but she did not finish it. So I told her, let us just finish it from the camera. And voila, we are here with Eva Saninitwe.
Thank you so much, Winnie. I really appreciate your love for bringing me on your channel. Sometimes people they want to be themselves, but I really appreciate that I'm on your channel. Thank you so much.
Thank you for honoring my invitation.
You're welcome.
So we want to know who Evas is before we go to the other bit of Evas coming to see Kampala for the first time. We want to know who is Evas, because I mentioned that you have a channel as well. So
Yeah, thank you so much, Winnie. Eva Salnitwe from Western Uganda. I love my country. I love my village. I love my district. So I feel very glad that I come from Western Uganda, the land of milk and honey. So,
and I come from northern Uganda, the land of what? The land of cows. Cows and animals. We love cows. So if you give birth to a girl, you know that you're going to harvest a lot of cows, eh? What about in the
Western, we are fair, like not many, not small. So you just bring. It is about the agreement. These days, those days in past, they used to say, you have to bring this amount of cows, this over 20 or 30 cows. But nowadays, it's about the agreement between the other party and the family. So don't worry to come and pick their wife from our region.
But we also have no problem. We just need cows.
I heard about your story, but
you refuse to give me to your brother.
scrolling like hey,
She
you
doesn't
should.
like our culture. She loves our culture, but she does not want her family members to marry from there because they're expensive. We are not expensive. It's just the cows, my dear. And you guys have the cows. You just say the land of milk and honey.
Yes.
Good. So we are going to come for the cows regardless. So anyway, tell us that experience. You were telling me about your experience in Kampala, what you expected to meet for your first time, what you expected to see. Tell us about that. Narrate. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Winnie. I really appreciate I'm on this channel, seriously, talking to your viewers. I'm so grateful. Like, we grew up when we were young, we are studying, we grew up and we hear about Kampala. You know, Kampala is the capital city of Uganda. So when I talk about Kampala, just know I'm meaning the city, the really city of Uganda. So we grew up hearing about Kampala, like people coming to Kampala, they come back and tell us the stories about the buildings, about the business centers they see, they meet, and when they come like this one, you like this, they just tell you the stories, and you feel like, oh, when will I one day reach in that city? So we could be there and we feel like we should reach there, but of course the distance, and when you're still younger, you cannot be having money, and even your parents, you hear talking about the city, and you feel like if you see that if your parents cannot manage to go there, then how about you, a young one who is just trying to figure out things here and there. So when we had that thinking, we had about the city in Kampala, so we could wish to come to see. We could wish to come and visit the town, but there was no way. But before I thought about that, I was like, when will that time come?
Mm.
And I was like, will I one day reach there?
Uh-huh.
So Winnie, don't laugh at me.
No, the hopes are there. I also have a personal story, you know.
Yes.
Mm.
So when thinking about that, so one day I was like, maybe after studying, because first of all, I didn't have, I didn't know any relative in Kampala, or if they were there, like they were not too much close. They would not want you to go there. So the first of all, I didn't have any relative in Kampala that I would one day reach in Kampala. The second of all, I didn't have any friend, anyone who knows me that that person will call and say, Ivas, come in Kampala and you check out the town. So that was, I had no hope
A
that one day,
disadvantage.
I had no hope that one day I will reach there. So I sat down and I was like, I was in high school. I was like, let me study after campus or after anything I can get. If I get a job, I make some money. If I get like 300 shillings, 300,000 shillings here in Uganda, then in dollars it is around 80.
Yes.
$80. So I was like, if I can get $80, I can. That's what I thought. I can get that $80. I get on bus. On bus it is 50,000 in dollars. I really don't know. 50,000 from our home to the city. So after reaching there, I get a room, I sleep, I rent, I get somewhere.
Wait, so you were going to just come and lodge?
Yes.
Okay,
Because
without staying in anyone's place, you're just going to come and see Kampala.
I just wanted to see how the city looks like. Only that. Because
Okay.
the first of all, I told you I never knew anyone this way. So
Yes.
for me to navigate and reach in Kampala, so that was the only thing that I could think of. So if I get my $80, come, get transport, lodge somewhere, I stay. Then like in the morning, when it reaches in the morning, you know here in Uganda we have borders around. Sometimes they are cheap, sometimes they're expensive. It depends. When they find you, you don't know the place, my dear.
You just reminded me. If you do not know a language called Luganda and you come to the central, they are going to extort your money. Hey, but man, some of them are good. The majority, something you should have paid for less than $1, you pay $10.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, I will pay a border man so that he can take me around the city and show me. I wanted to write the list of things I used to hear about Kampala. Like we know
yeah.
Acacia Mall, those things. Which place I will tell you, the bank, the Centenary Bank, you know it is huge.
Tallest building in Kampala.
Tallest building in Kampala. So we used to hear very many places, Kansanga, those places. So I write on the list, take me like in these places. After you take me around where you feel like I should tour. Then and then after I get I buy some things, I get the balance, then transport me back home.
So all you needed was $80
yes,
to just come and tour Kampala. You just needed $80. She has no relatives. She might have, but they're not really there. So at that time, she was not in the mood of, let me look for my relatives and then they take me around. No, she wanted her money so she can walk around,
yes,
in peace.
in peace.
Okay.
So I just put that suggestion aside. Then I was like, oh, let me work for this one. So I completed my high school. I went to the university, studied a diploma, finished, but of course I got jobs, payment. Some people pay you, sometimes they don't. Some give you a half, which is not enough. So Now I continued hoping that I will one day
still visit Kampala.
so,
Getting interesting.
so one day, and I got a job. Like for that job, we used to work either night shifts or day shift. So when you're working night, they could not allow you to go with your phone. So, and when you work, they still the same. So you leave the, instead of getting your phone, they spoil it, you rather leave it at home. So they would want you to concentrate on their work, not on talking on phone, talking with your relative, boyfriends, those things. They know for us. When you reach on boyfriend things, you know.
But you seem innocent, woman of God.
I am. So
anyway, it happens with work,
yeah,
places of work.
so they use it not to allow us to have phones inside the factory. So I use it to leave my phone at home. Everyone used to leave their phone at home. So there is a certain friend of mine here in village. She has a friend in Kampala.
God is now working out miracles. Remember, she said, I am going to get my $80. And then I go and to other city of Kampala. Now, I'm hearing a friend. You have a friend.
Yes.
Who knows a friend?
And
who is in Kampala? Oh, God is working wonders.
So that friend of mine told her friend right now that my friend is working, but the working condition is not okay. So can you get can you get for her something so that he can just do it from there? And now the friend to my friend started calling my phone. Like for almost a week, my phone is not on. Like it was not on. So because the condition where I was working was not okay, so I later got another job which was paying less than the money I was getting in that factory. But at least the condition was okay. I just said, let me just go because the condition was not okay. So when I reached, like the first day I left that job in the factory, so when I left that, the first day I reached home, that lady called me and was like, Evas, we have been reaching out to you, trying your number. What is the problem? What is going on? I was like, oh, for us, they don't allow us to have phones at workplace, so that's the challenge. But since now we are talking, she told me there is a gig this way. Is it okay? You can come and just do it for some time, and then we see what next.
I knew God was working out something.
So I was like, oh, my dream is now coming to pass. So he said, you get on bus like tomorrow, you prepare yourself tomorrow, then the next day you get on bus and then you come. I was like, oh, then that is okay. If it is very okay with everything, so I'm coming. My dream. Exactly. And even before, we used to know that people in the city have money. I was like, oh, I'm going to get money.
I think that is almost all our mentalities. I also thought the same. Though though we were here, I thought there's some people who used to stay in certain areas that had more money. There's how you hear, hey, people who stay here have money. Now, like you say people who stay in Kampala have money. Now, me, I was in Kampala, but there's then you hear, hey, people who stay in Naguru Hill have money. People who stay in Muyenga have money. Until you get to know they are the poor ones and the rich ones staying there. Yes.
By the way, because for us when we are in village, we used to hear people excuse me, we used to hear people go, when you go to the town, my dear, everything is there, is
Mm.
on mat. So I got the next day, I prepared myself. The next day I got on a bus. But before
Mm.
getting into a bus, you know, when you're still young, when you're jazzing, you have a conversation, and there are some people who say, "Oh, me, I've ever gone to the bus." Then
Yes.
you who has never entered.
Mm.
So it was my first time to go by bus. I reached there. So another mentality I had, what we used to hear, that when you're in the city, because there are very many borders, there are very many people, they have to hold your hand like
Yes,
this.
that's true.
And another thing I was so much excited to see is the jam. So they used to tell us, our workers in here in village, they just shoo.
You just hear sweet.
So they used to tell us that the jam. Then I had a desire that I want to see how jam looks like.
You thought jam was a person. Oh, the traffic jam. The traffic.
The traffic
Oh,
jam.
she wanted to know what traffic jam meant.
Yes.
And that people use it a lot in Kampala. They just said jam.
Yes.
I mean jam. I just got caught up by jam. So you think jam is someone, or jam is something, a house or something. Yet it's traffic jam. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So I got in on a bus. I came, like, so much excited. I came, but good chance there that friend connected me with someone who was going to pick me so that I don't get lost. They used to tell us that when you reach in the city, you get lost.
Yes.
You cannot know where you passed. You cannot know where you came from. So sent someone to pick me. So when that girl picked me, we went where we are going to where we were supposed to go, and we reached in a certain place. There is a traffic jam. So we sat in the car, which I have never experienced.
Okay, now I'm also excited to hear.
So I've never experienced. We sat in the car for like 10 minutes. Then I asked her, what are we doing here? She told me this is the jam.
Okay, the traffic. The traffic. They got held up in traffic.
So she told me this is the jam. Hey, all along, or with the jam.
Okay. So you finally saw jam.
I saw jam.
Okay.
And the first thing when I reached here so I came, we reached where we settled, we did what we are going to do. I later told them, you have to take me to those buildings, to those business centers, because I wanted to, like, when I reached
one by one, Centenary Bank,
yes,
sorted.
I wanted to get stories. Like when I go back home, I tell them, I saw this, I visited this. So I was so much excited. We toured everywhere, and those people were very nice with me, so they took me everywhere. I was like, this is Kampala.
God bless you people who took care of my friend.
Like, people are very many. Like in our village, you find someone is just the distance is. People are not there. They are not. But in town, you do like this. You do like this. But all in all, I enjoyed because and another thing, I used to know that in town there is no tree, there is no grass, there is no anything that is green. I knew it is building and cars and people
because of the business.
Yes, but we like when you are in village. They tell you about Kampala buildings, because they tell you there are a lot of buildings, there are a lot of people, so you cannot imagine that there is also a space for tree and green plant. So I thought maybe for us who are in green plant, like the way you're seeing in the background. So I thought we are the only ones. Like in Kampala, it's just shops, houses, and cars. So that's what I. But when I reached, my dear, it's another.
I love
But
your experience.
I enjoyed. I enjoyed.
I thought you were going to tell us more. I just think now you're a regular visitor of
You will.
Kampala. Evas is now a regular visitor of Kampala because if you ask, she's from the western part of Uganda, I am from the northern part of Uganda. How we met, only God knows. The same person who needed her to come and work in a gig, for some gig, is the same person who needed me to come and work for a gig. So you see how we met? Yeah, so the world is very small. From the north I came, from the west she came, and then voila, we became friends. And now she shared her experience. She's a regular visitor of Kampala. She knows all these buildings inside out. Now she's the one who narrates. In fact, when you go to the village, they look at her like the rich person. The way she says that everyone in Kampala used to be. The way I thought that, when you're young, you think all your aunties have money. Now I have a total of 10 to 12 nephews and nieces in total. But the money, it's the same case. When you think Kampala is shiny, but when you come, now the people who expected her who came to Kampala, the people expect her to go with bundles. So the more she gets, money is the source of all motivation of everything. The more, the more she gets more, the more they will know, it's true, Kampala has money, really. But yeah, I am so excited and happy that I met Eva. She's a very good person, very beautiful. As you can see, I don't even need to explain. Eh? Do I need to explain? I don't need to explain. She's so beautiful. She's talented. She sings in the choir. She's my boss when it comes to music, gospel, of course. She sings, she serves God, she's a godly woman.
I want to
She's
sing for
virtuous.
them.
Oh, you sing.
Yes.
Aw.
But before I sing, I just want to tell you, like, you may think your own way, but God has His own way. So for you, what you're thinking, God has His own perfect thinking. Just know, I came to Kampala with no cost. The way I
That's
expected.
true. Yet you had planned
They even
$80.
sent me transport.
God.
My beautifier, you've taken away the shame. You've taken away the pain. You made my life so beautiful. My beautifier, you've taken away the shame. You've taken away the pain. You made me just like you.
That was a cappella from my choir master. Honestly speaking, one of the people that got me back to Christianity again and strengthened me is her. We don't want to waste a lot of your time. Like she said, you may have plans, but God has different plans for you, and His plans are always better,
Perfect.
way better than ours. So, yeah, that was our story today. You never know, I might end up appearing in Evas's channel. Kindly go and subscribe to her channel as well. If you've subscribed to mine, thank you so much. She's a YouTuber. She's the one who encouraged me. Those people who watch my video that has no views. The person who brought me to have a YouTube channel is this person here. This one. This one. Now I have 600 subscribers because of her. Thank you. My first salary should go to you.
Oh my God.
Anyway, see you till next time. Bye bye.